What's up, everybody? It is October 29th. It's a Victory Wednesday. It is fantastic to do podcasts after wins, no matter how good, bad, or ugly they are. They're still wins, and we get to talk about them. It's a Wednesday night. We're talking about the victory over Northwestern and the preview coming up against USC. The vibes are high. The boys are 6-2. We're heading to a bowl game in October for the first time, and Lord knows when. I'm David. I got my brother Andrew here. Andrew, how are we feeling tonight on a Wednesday evening?
Honestly, better than I thought that I felt on Saturday. I feel it's funny every time I keep hearing these it's the first time since blank that this has happened, and I'm just like I can't even keep track of all the streaks that we're breaking and all of the horribleness that is starting to go away a little bit. I think this is the first time we're 6-2 in 9 years, for example. I'm like, what have I done the last 9 years? Oh my God. First time? That is just so good. Embracing the win.
Your kids have never seen a 6-2 start. No big deal.
I've never seen a 6-2 start. Literally. My daughter has been so deprived.
Nah, no 6-2 for her.
We are now. So enjoying it.
Welcome to the pod, everybody. We're the Husk guys. We are very proud Husker fans with over 150,000 subscribers. Please check us out. Our followers across Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media. Check us out across all the different channels. We've been going on this for 15 years now. Very proud to continue to grow the following. Podcasts once a week, and also check out the HuskGuysStore.com. We got some sweet run the ball gear. If we die, we die gear. We got some all sorts of different kind of Husker gear. And coming up at Christmas time, we got our boxes and all sorts of great stuff coming up. Also, this hat is outstanding for those who are watching. The Tom Osborne hat. We still got those in stock. Check these things out. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Check out the HuskGuysStore.com. And with that, so here's my first thing of where I want to start on this thing So we're all Husker fans. Me and you are diehard Husker fans. Everybody listening is a diehard Husker fan. And we all have jobs, stressful jobs. You have a stressful job. I have a stressful job. We have families that are stressful, kids that are stressful. We work hard during the week. We do all sorts of stuff. And then I guess what I started thinking about is my one, quote unquote, favorite thing in my life. The one reprieve that you get at the end of a long, hard fought week with your kids and your family is to watch Husker football. And it's somehow more stressful than all of it combined. We're kind of sitting there how is my favorite thing more stressful than this unbelievable stressful week? It's supposed to be, you'd like to think it's some sort of reprieve from the week. Yeah, it ends up being almost the opposite. Yeah, I'm like, get me back to work. I would rather be on an airplane flying somewhere than doing this right now.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year because all of these wins, which we hoped for, we craved for, we prayed that we could win one-score games, and right now we're fourth in the country with 3 one-possession wins, which we've had 3 combined in the last decade or whatever that crazy stat is, speaking of terrible streaks. And so now we're winning close. And some people are super annoying and still complaining. And I'm sitting there I am so happy and but just more so relieved right now. But it's almost so stressful to win this way that you don't enjoy it as much.
Correct.
It's just biting my fingernails off. And then my wife's like, well, are you happy? I'm like, I think so.
Just slamming pillows into the ground. I think we won. I'm not even sure. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sweating through my sheets at night thinking that Northwestern almost pulled that off. And
I think
we're 6-2.
6-2. We're 8 games into the season. There's only 4 left.
Who are we to complain, honestly?
Only 4 games left, plus the Big Ten championship and the playoffs. Hopefully I didn't. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I still hear you.
All right, we'll work on the camera. The camera will come back.
We've already matched last year's regular season win total. I mean, this as a Husker fan, you have to kind of be pinching yourself, saying gosh, remember what we used to just hope for, pray for. Like we just were like, God, if only we could win these close games. If only we had a quarterback that could drive us down the field his last possession of the game. If only we could play in the fourth quarter. And now it's like we have those things, but I guess because it's Northwestern, it's not good enough, or
I think
because
it's
it's
not.
Maryland,
Well,
it's not
sir,
good enough.
I think it's deeper than that. And I think what I was thinking about too, because I actually came into this game and I had a completely different mindset than Minnesota. Like Minnesota, I was like, I don't see a way we lose this game. I had watched all the Minnesota film. I just was like, they're not good. They lost to Cal.
Terrible.
They like, they were just not good. And I was like, there's no way we lose this game. So I was shocked and blown away that we got obliterated like that with the 9 sacks and everything that happened.
Yeah.
I came into the Northwestern game and was like, this is going to be a dogfight. They just beat Penn State. This is a very good Northwestern team. They've won 4 straight games.
Yeah.
They are absolutely battling everybody. And I came into it with the mindset of we just got to grind this out and win somehow, some way. It's going to be a 1-score game because the last 10 seasons against Northwestern has been a 1-score game. But what happens, and it's now happened 4 times this season, is we blow up on these, or we get up these big 2-score leads, 2 or more score leads. We did it against Cincinnati. We did it against Michigan State. We did it against Maryland, and we've done it against Northwestern. That's 4 different games that we had 2-score leads, driving to go up by 3 scores. And it just feels like we are dominating. It feels like we're like the vibes are extremely high. This game is 21-6, and you're like, and we're driving to go up 28. 28-6, and you're just like, just put the game away. This is over. And I think then have to watch from Michigan State, we jumped out to a 14-0 lead, turned around, and before we knew it, we're losing. Cincinnati were up 2 scores, and then all of a sudden they're driving to tie the game. Maryland, we were up 2 scores, and all of a sudden we were down 7. That the way we're doing that, then I think the mindset of myself and all Husker fans is like, oh, this is great. This is awesome. This is awesome. Followed by, oh my God, 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 oh my God. And I think that's what causes like the stress of like when you see it so clearly, we've won, followed by the like, oh, I've seen this movie before, here it comes. I think that to me is like the roller coaster ride we're all on. I think everybody's grateful for the wins, but they're just like, why could we not score to go up 3 scores?
Yeah, and just put it away once and for all. That is absolutely true. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. It's like we don't handle success well, and we don't have that like that knife to the throat mentality where it's just, this is the final push. Like you're in the third quarter, you're up 2 scores on Northwestern, like 21-6. I mean, they had to get it, even when they scored, they needed a 2-point conversion. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mindset thing. I don't know if it's a just mental lapses once you're up 2 scores, but like that is absolutely, you're completely right that we go up 3 scores, or if we hit, 1 more field goal, and Northwestern's probably feeling pretty deflated, and that game is completely different. And then, not to mention, if the refs just would have been conscious at some point during the third and fourth quarter, that would have been really, really clutch for them to show up to work that day. But
well, let's talk about it a little. I know it's Wednesday and people are moving past the game, but just a little bit of a like check in on the game itself. Like I felt like that first drive was like Husker Nirvana. It just was like,
stop them.
Yeah, first off, stop them. Black shirts come out and stop them, and then come out with just this gorgeous 9-play, 69-yard drive, running the ball. EJ was unbelievable, who's now 5th in the country in rushing.
Yeah.
You know how insane that is? We haven't had a good running back since 10 years.
Yes. Speaking of things that are on like every Cornhuskers Christmas wish list, is a bell cow running back that can handle the Big Ten. Elusive, fight for extra yards, shaky. Like Emmett has more than delivered on that front, and
I think nobody expected it. I think no one expected because he's not very big, and it's like, I think just because of his size, you didn't expect him to be able to handle 20 to 30 carries a game. But it's like an Energizer bunny.
From here on out, he just has to, and like, we're just going to be putting his mangled body back there and just be like, I'm sorry, Emmett, but can you do that? Can you do that 20 more times today, please?
Yeah. So he comes in, vibes are high, 7-0. And you're kind of like, all right, you're feeling good about the demons exercised.
Yeah, and
North.
on that first possession, you could absolutely tell like a a very intentional passing game as well. Like they ran that RPO that went for 26 yards to Hunter. Right before that was another very quick pass. Like his passes were getting out closer to 2 seconds. And the first like 5 games of the season, it was always closer to 3 seconds. So uh, yeah,
Yeah.
Rayola very intentional getting the ball out quicker, and you could tell, and that paid dividends like right away. And then they just went to EJ, scored, and then yeah, Northwestern comes right back.
Yeah, I thought and that this was sort of like a theme throughout. They came back and drove down and scored again, but this is like a classic Big Ten first quarter of just 3 possessions. Like awesome. Uh, there were like a ridiculous number of very short 3rd and 1, 4th-and-1s throughout this entire game. That
Northwestern finished 7 for 14. They had 14 third downs, and they
wow.
converted 7 of them. And that was a bad look by the D.
Yeah, that they had a ton of those, but then we had a
It
ton too.
started on that drive, yeah.
Yeah, they had a ton of 3rd and shorts, but I thought we had a lot of like 3rd and short, 4th-and-1s too. That um, some of them were like even like I'm thinking about the second drive we had on the missed field goal. Like I think we had a couple of the
Yeah.
um, we had a couple 4th-and-1s that we converted. That almost all of them, I was like, I'm not sure if we got that. Like that second drive, it was. I'm looking at it now. We had 2 separate 4th-and-1s before
Yes.
the missed field goal, and both of
Yeah.
those, I was like, I'm not sure we got that. Like, I'll take the spot, but I'm not entirely sure. Like,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
a
one that you just kind of move on in your brain, and then you're pre-planning like when they mark that short, I'm gonna scream, but I don't
yeah,
know if we got it. But
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, the defense was giving up, but then I thought the missed field goal was a bummer because that goes up 10. That would go up 10-3, and I think you get points every time. And I think it led to then like the frustration of our 3 drives in the first half: touchdown, missed field goal, and fumble. Were just kind of like the second and third drive were a little bizarre. They were more like they didn't quite have the rhythm in that first drive. They didn't quite have. I mean, EJ was running pretty well, but like I just felt like the passing was a little bit off. There's a lot of incompletions. There's a lot of like kind of shorter runs, and then
well, yeah,
the,
I mean,
the fumble was
our
like a
second drive
clunky,
was
clunky play
going.
call.
I thought it was going fairly well, and then it was just killed by a sack, which Prohaska, I probably tore something within his knee for the 14th time.
Oh, he
But
did. He's done. You
yeah,
know that, right?
is the done? It's official.
Yeah, he's done
That's
for the
good.
year. Yeah.
Great. God
So
damn it.
that poor guy.
Poor Teddy has torn more ACLs than exist in the body, and like unbelievable. God, he just, man, what a talent. I will miss him, but that stinks. But yeah, towards his ACL on that play and gives up a sack, and like that drive was actually going well, and you go from 2nd and 9 to 3rd and 18, and then complete a short pass, and then try for the field goal, which is within Kuninen's but he just, yeah, he missed for the second time all season. That's okay. Missed field goals happen. I don't love it. It's been pretty rare this season, thank the Lord. But then, like, yeah, the Black Shirts just sort of got Big Ten to death.
Yes.
15 play drive by Northwestern.
Brutal. Just
Pretty
brutal.
much, pretty much all runs. And just, death by 1,000 paper cuts. And then luckily we held them at the end. The next drive out, Huskers come up and actually are cruising pretty well. Move the ball a total of 51 yards, and that's when we went for it on 4th down. Rayola made a heck of an effort, but couldn't find somebody. Kind of a typical story, I guess, for him. Like, was designed to be a quick pass, didn't throw it, started to scramble, ran for his life. His life almost ended, and then fumbled the ball.
It just was a weird. I don't know. Like it's the Big
Tough play
Ten.
calling. Tough
The
play
Big
calling, to
Ten
be
just
honest.
kills me from a like. You finish the first half with 3 drives.
Yeah.
I got to look back. I'm pretty sure we had 3 or 4. I think we had 4 drives in the first
Yep.
half against Minnesota, and I just think it's like I think it kills Holgerson. as a Houston, West Virginia signal caller that's used to throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game to be like, what, you got 9
That
plays,
was our
23, you get 30
yeah.
plays. That's it.
That
In
was
the
our
entire
third. That was
half.
our third. That was our third and final drive of the first half. Ended with a fumble.
Yeah, 3
And
drives. And
so
you get 30 plays, that's it. And like
yeah,
better score
we had
because
a
then
touchdown, a missed field goal, and then basically a turnover rundown. So that was our first half. And then
so the second,
Northwestern.
yeah, I mean, 2 straight games, 7-6 at halftime. It's just like, I get it. And all the old school Big Ten guys are like, that's football. Like, no, it's pretty much not. It's just like, it's so like, but it's
I would
literally,
love,
it's amazing because they followed the exact script that Minnesota followed of like, you
yeah,
just run the ball, run the clock all the way down to 0. You do
let
quick
them make the
crossers, you do
mistakes.
shallow cross, let him make a mistake, kick a field goal, let him make a mistake. Here comes the fumble, run it all the way down 7-6 at halftime. If you're Northwestern, you're thrilled. And if you're Nebraska, if like, I don't know, I wasn't probably too shaken up at halftime. I didn't
Oh,
think that.
our Twitter base, I can tell you, was shaken up. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, but me personally, I was like, okay, I knew this was going to be close. I'm frustrated, but also like, just find a way to win this game. Um,
true. Yeah.
and then,
I felt
uh,
very confident how well we were moving the ball, like at ease, especially running the ball in the first half. I was just like, I know we can just keep doing this. It's just a matter of will our coaching staff like keep the, pedal to the metal on those, just like keep grinding and keep grinding. Like, are they comfortable winning games this way? You're right. It's not Holgerson's mentality. He's like, air it out. I'm going deep, but we just
I,
can't play that way.
I
And we
think I was
just can't
encouraged
rail to
that
safe.
Preston Stone, Northwestern's quarterback, was not good. And I think
He
that probably,
was just lost.
I mean, I think that gave me confidence going to the second half of like, all right, like they can run, but like you're not going to run the entire second half. And so I maybe was a little bit like, okay, I think we can pull this off, but it's going to be close
Yeah.
and it's going to be a grind. But we're moving the ball and we should be fine. Enter Kenneth
Hey, Willie.
Lincoln High's very
Oh,
own Kenneth Williams. I mean, how high did you
that
jump
was
on that one?
that was electric. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was way up off the couch. I was like, I have this thing where in real time, if I stand up off the couch and get closer to the TV, it
It helps.
feels like something better is happening than is
It
actually
helps.
happening. So, but the closer I got, the faster he ran, and I thought for sure he like stepped out of bounds or
I
like
thought
in
he stepped out
throw
of bounds. I
conditions.
thought the fact that he
Even
outran
it's
those
like
guys who were diving into his
there has to be
feet.
something devastating coming here, but like
Oh yeah,
no.
there's a holding call, there's a penalty, there's a flag. He stepped out of bounds. One of those guys is going to trip him up, and we're going to like get
Dave, that's
sacked
the
and not
first
score.
time since our children have been alive that we've returned a kick for a touchdown.
Who's the other one? JD Spielman,
2017.
17. I've got a third grader. So that's incredible,
My
fantastic.
kids have never seen a kick return for a touchdown. I was like,
And
this is not
he got caught from behind last week too. So it's like, or was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Maryland. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I've watched this play. Actually, I feel we should pull it
Yes.
up just because it's so fantastic. But
Sure.
um,
I will start it like right when he started returning it and burst to the sideline. Like, first of all, you could tell that like this was very intentional. Like, this wasn't all just him figuring something out. Like, the blocking was so well done. I mean,
yeah,
like there was a wide open lane. Like, there was no matter what, he was gaining 30, 40 yards right from the right from the outset.
all right. Sorry, can you see it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right,
We
let me
can
get
see
this
it.
thing nice and let me get this thing nice and blown up.
Nice.
I've watched this like 50 times.
Yeah. So look at
That
the lane that he's got to start with, and you
the
can
thing
tell he's
that
following his blockers
there's
here
a
right away.
pause like right here that I don't know
Yes.
who this is. I don't know if you can see who I'm highlighting. This
Yeah.
guy gets absolutely pancaked right off the top. This guy gets pancaked. This guy gets pancaked, and
Yeah.
he just has to
Ives.
beat.
Quentin Ives was his lead blocker
I
there,
think
right?
Carter Nelson is one of the guys up here who's
Yeah.
28. 28 smashes this guy. This guy's, I mean,
Right.
it's like all three of these guys, 1, 2, 3, are
Bang,
pancaked. It's
bang, and
crazy.
bang. Yeah. The intentionality
And so
of
he
like
just has
that
to beat,
blocking.
literally, he just has to go through this hole,
Yep.
block,
Yep.
block, 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 and he's gone. That
So well done.
And then he just beats the kicker. But even like right here, where he like outruns him here, dive at his ankles. Like I feel like Ja'Cory Barney keeps going down when people dive at his ankles. He's a very strong runner. He's very fast.
Ja'Cory like gets tickled by a feather and he's
Ja'Cory, I mean, it's like Ja'Cory's the single best athlete I've ever seen that can't break like a single tackle ever. I just think it's. I've tweeted this a bunch of different times, but I cannot get over how I legitimately just thought we would never be good at special teams ever again. I just like after 10 years of just not being good at it.
Just mail it in. Yeah.
I just was like, well, these special teams that's just something that only Alabama and Georgia get to be good at. And we'll just never be good. We just can't make field goals because we can't get the right players here. I used to go to I'd go to the bathroom during like special teams. I wouldn't watch kicks. Like, why? I don't know, what's the point of watching a kickoff? We're just going to fair catch the punt. It's appointment TV now. I mean, it is like, oh, I can't wait until they punt. And we haven't had that in forever.
Yeah,
I can't wait until they kick it off. I can't wait to see Archie come out. I can't wait to see us nail this 54-yard. Like, it is just absolutely unbelievable what the difference of having Eckler back there
messes with your brain.
Well, I was going. Here's my hot take. I haven't tweeted this out yet, but if Frost had Eckler, does he win 8 to 10 games?
God, I mean, Frost's special teams were a complete catastrophe.
Catastrophic.
Like, we lost so many games by a couple points, but no, I mean, Frost was just awful. So
I don't know. It was my like.
Late, and he was late for practices, and
that didn't help. Late for practices and playing Golden
Tate. Few things correct. So no, eventually that catches up with you. But it's actually, like, to your point, there's this little bit of you that is like has this anticipation when they're punting and stuff. Like I know that Ja'Cory is going to break one. Like I just know that he can. And right now we have Ja'Cory Barney is 8th in the country on punt return yards. He has 217 punt return yards. That is about 3 times as many as we had last year.
I would have said 10 times as many. Like I don't even remember a punt return last year.
And then we I think it's over 3 times. Anyway. So he's 8th, and then Kenneth Williams is number 1 in kick return average now after that return.
31. He has 31 yards per carry.
Per kick return. Yeah, he's only returned 10 kicks on the year. So like a lot of these other guys are, closer to 17 to 20. So but he's definitely a force. I have a feeling that no one's going to be kicking to him from now on, but that's nice that he got
Ja'Cory back there. I don't know. It's like it's a force. It's a threat. Kick it through the end zone. We get the ball at 20. Like all of it's great. I think it's just turned into a threat. It completely flipped this game from 7-6 and now we're at 14-6 and then a punt. And then 14-6 we got the ball back. We punted again. I forget about that one. But this is the Archie punt. Speaking of special teams, so we score a touchdown when they punt first. We punt back to them. Archie has also, I think this stat is still right. I don't think he's given up a punt return yet, like a yard. Huh. Like I think he's got however the many number of punts he has. I think he has not given up a punt return yard because they're either fair caught or downed. And this one he punted 53 yards down to the Nebraska 15 or the Northwestern 15, excuse me. And the next play was intercepted, and we've got the ball, right there. That to me is like, again, special teams. When you're looking at these games, we win by 7, and you need 2 game-changing.
Okay, I just want to confirm what you said. We have only allowed. Wow, I did not know this. This is a staggering stat. We have allowed 3 punt returns on the season for a grand total of 1 yard.
Yeah, 1. Okay, I was off by a yard.
Yeah, but that means our net. We have a net positive of over 200 yards on of field position on punt returns.
I mean, it's massive. I mean, it's the stuff we keep saying about what Iowa's figured out for a long time is like all they do is punt well and they kick off well and they make field goals. And if you just do those things, you beat Northwestern 10 straight years by by not fumbling, by not throwing interceptions, by kicking and punting, and like you can win these games purely by doing those things. And we just haven't done them since we got to the Big Ten. It's so frustrating. But it's massive. You punt the ball all the way down to the 15. Northwestern's got they got to start the ball deep in their own end zone. They're back in the student section. They come out and they throw an interception because Preston Stone just like stares right at all of he stares right at his guy.
He
literally
stepped
like
forward, and then he tried to go Mahomesy on it, and a little bit of a 3/4 arm, and it went like off the guy's face mask. It was like,
I mean, just like
over
that
his head.
one. His other interception was literally like he's standing there, he's like staring at his guy, and he's like double like clutching, like right. He's like, I'm throwing it right now. Here it comes. He like throws it right at him. Like this dude stinks.
You ready? Yeah.
But this
that was big. That was a huge pick, though. That also changed the game in our favor.
Massive,
that was the second local boy to make a big difference.
Second local boy,
Donovan Jones. He had a rough game against Minnesota, so real rough. So he came up with some big tackles and some big plays against
Strugglesville. Massive one, followed by a 4-yard run. A personal foul penalty that gives us a first down at the Nebraska 14. We call a rushing call to get us a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8, and we call a fade route.
You knew it. We all knew it.
I mean,
but this one worked.
The guy's addicted to him.
He loves
It's like it's just like it's literally like it's like a scratch. It's like a itch he's got. He's just like,
he's like, let me just get one.
What yard line are we at? Just come on. Just give me that goal line fade.
To be fair, most good teams can pull this off. And have a line that can block for longer than 1.5 seconds. And
0 for 11 on the season.
This was a sick catch, though.
A gorgeous one. It finally works. It exercised his demons.
Placement. Loved it.
It was literally like all of the emotions in one of he drops back and throws it. I'm swearing at the television. Can't believe you're throwing this. Why are you throwing this? Can't believe you're doing a fade route. This is ridiculous. Dives out of bounds. Bad pass. Like, I don't know why Raiola can't throw that pass. Like, he threw it way far away, like back the other way. Hunter dives. Great. I was like, great catch. No chance his feet are in bounds. They show the replay, and he's just like scraping his toes on the tires. Like the tires are coming up.
Yeah. That was awesome. It was a fantastic. He really did put it in a perfect spot, though, like where only Hunter could catch it. So it worked.
So this to me is you worked. It's back. It's 21-6. I mean, what the best third quarter of the season. The vibes are high. Special teams are outstanding. Let's kneel this thing out, and let's just shut it down. And that to me is, I think the Husker fans feel that high. They feel that euphoria. They let the foot off the gas a little bit. On my group text thread with my Husker fans, shout out Alex Post, said next touchdown's going to win. I was like, dude, we're dominating this game. Like, there's no way. He's like, no, I'm telling you, it's not over. I'm like, this is over. Should have known.
Yep. Pesky little Northwestern. I mean, just a yappy little dog, aren't they? They just never go away. They just keep yapping at you from the couch the second you walk in the house, and then you're just like, all right, dog. We need you to pipe down a little bit here. Quit nipping at my heels. Like, you're cute. I like you. You're fun. Let's just keep our distance. You're a yapper. And they wouldn't go away.
9 plays, 78 yards, 5-minute drive.
Yada, yada.
Still pulls, but even so, like, I don't know. I'm still sitting there like, whatever. It's, we're still up 8. We're dominating. We're going to do great. Yeah. Punt. Like, 6 plays punt. They go drive down with an 80-yard touchdown drive out of nowhere. Where you're just like, what on earth? That was the 56-yard run that we jammed up. All of a sudden, it's like red alert signs. Still, I'm honestly
that has been a theme this year. Like the like one person blows the assignment, and then it all just goes to up in flames. Like, don't know. You've seen it happen with Marcus Buford at least twice on huge blown runs, and it's just like one missed assignment. You make the tackle, and that's it. Like we had them stopped. Like they stopped behind the line. I think that was a third down run too. God bless.
The
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and so this
Yeah,
stretch right
that
here.
was that was third and two. Third and two, and he was running into the back of a pile. I think it was Cam Lenhart. I don't know what he was thinking, but he just
Yeah.
crashed down way too hard, completely lost the outside, and then the running back was like, "Oh my God, they forgot to put like 6 defenders on the field."
This stretch is,
The
I think, what
entire
Husker
team was within
fans.
like an 8 square inch area. It was crazy.
This stretch is where like everybody just can't figure out Nebraska is
Yeah,
because we've had this stretch against Michigan State, we had it against Maryland, we had it against Cincinnati, where like somehow all at once everything like completely discombobulates. Maybe you write it off to the fact that they're all young, that we're the youngest team in the Big Ten, and they're just trying to like learn how to play, and it's 21-6, and then because
it can't.
the program, why it's just everything,
Yeah,
and the next play after this is for one play interception, which Rayola has thrown some like bizarre interceptions. This was one of them. He just throws it right at him. I mean, hit the guy like right between the numbers, just like looks him right in the eye, like here it comes, sir. Like here you go. Um, but it's like the offense doesn't score, which leads to a punt. They have a touchdown because of a defensive breakdown. Rayola has a defensive, like a complete offensive mental lapse, and within like 4 minutes, you go from let's just kneel this thing out and shut it down. We're up 21-6 to like, we're going to lose this game. I like it just, we've had
yeah,
these moments in every single game of like Maryland. You had that moment. You had that moment against Michigan State where you're just like in complete shock. Like,
yeah.
I like
After
there's
the interception, I was just like, I'm speechless. Just
complete
like this is
speechless.
like I can't believe it's happening again.
11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We've seen this movie before. Like, I cannot believe this. But I think this is like now that I've reflected on it, I like rewatched the game. Um, what's different about this team is I think because they're younger and because they're kind of like they got a little bit edge to them, they are not scared of these big moments at the end of the game. And these players have made plays in now 4 of these one-score games against Cincinnati and Maryland, Michigan State, and against Northwestern. Each of these games in the fourth quarter, like someone makes a play, and it literally hasn't happened in a decade. Of you're like, all right, someone make a play, Adrian make a play, Casey Thompson make a play, somebody make a play, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, interception. Javen
Yes.
Wright steps up, and you're like, wow, one guy
Yeah.
stepped up, amazing.
Preston
Uh,
Stone did not make a play.
Preston Stone was just, what are you doing? I mean, that was like he literally like he's like, here comes Javen, open your arms, open
I
them
mean,
big and
just
wide,
you ready, buddy?
big and wide.
Here
Here
we
it
go. Here it
comes.
comes. Uh,
Which thank God he
yeah,
stinks
returning the
because
favor though, like Rayola's pass was awful. He just has one of those like breakdowns per game. It seems like where he just completely misreads the defense, and everyone's like, what was that? Like
no idea.
he'll just go from looking brilliant to just looking like a freshman again. But yeah, that was absolutely huge. We needed that because they were in field goal range at that time, or at least very, very close. And they were driving and they had all the momentum, and then it flipped right back. But the next drive is like, that's what just gives me so much hope for the rest of the season.
The first drive of the game and the last drive of the game were like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a real football team.
Well, like, and think about like, okay, Rayola literally just his last pass was one of his worst of his entire career, truthfully,
Correct.
right to him in a big moment. Like you would think that mentally a weak individual would come out and just not be ready for the moment. But 13 plays, 60 yards, and Rayola goes 4 for 4 on third downs on that drive, that's what big boys do. That's what big boys do when they grow up.
Well, he seems to have like he's definitely got a little bit of that juice. He's got that like he's not scared of the big moment, and he seems to play his best football in those final drives where you're like, I don't know why you can't channel that in like a second quarter It's almost like he needs his stakes to be a lot higher to like you can see him level up his game. And each of those third down passes were unbelievable. I mean, it was like every one of them was perfect, right on the money.
Yeah.
I did have an issue, and I was like tweeting this in real time as I was tweeting out my
Yes.
frustration that we were throwing every third down pass short of the sticks, and it was driving me insane.
Yeah.
Like this was leading into like the punts that we had. We had a punt in the fourth quarter that we had a 3rd and 7 and we threw it 6 yards. Like it was an
Yes.
out route to Dane Key, 6 yards. It's like, oh, we're short. Like how are we short? Like, well, why are we running 6-yard out routes? Every punt we had was because we either ran like on a 3rd and 5, we ran a 3-yard out. On a 3rd and 7, we ran a 5-yard out. And then even on all of these third downs, every single route was short of the sticks. It was driving me insane that Emmett broke one, Dane Key broke one, and Hunter broke one. Each of them made somebody miss, which maybe that's the idea. And Holgerson's like just way smarter than me, but it is like when it doesn't work, you're like, what on earth are we doing? Like, do they not know where their first down is?
Yeah, I think they're very reliant and trustworthy of our yards after catch ability. But yeah, the first conversion was a throw to Emmett Johnson, and it was 3rd and 7, and he got 7 yards exactly.
7.1.
Barely got it, but it was big time stuff. I mean, 2 of the third downs were 7-yard conversions. One was to Johnson, one to Key, I think. Yeah. So I mean, like
one to Hunter.
Gosh, what just a big balls drive. I mean, like what more can you say? Like, we just haven't had this kind of like winning guts in that fourth quarter in literally forever. I mean, you could bust out the spreadsheet of shame in which we have lost almost every single time over the last 33 plus attempts.
Yes,
I think
correct.
This would have been one of them that goes on there as a win. So, and that's what it takes. Like, you just have to be able to win games like this in the Big Ten. You have to be able to like figure it out one way or another. And you have to have like that ability to take pressure off of Raiola. And like, I guess my takeaways from Northwestern in the end, other than that was just the most stressful win of my entire life, except for Maryland and except for Michigan State. And like, those are the top 3 though, and they all happened this season. And then except for Cincinnati, that one was stressful too. So those are the top 4. But the biggest takeaways were that like everything we talked about last week on the pod was, we're super concerned about our physicality and our tackling. Okay, against Northwestern, we had 4 missed tackles. That's pretty darn good. Jabin Wright had a great game. So he was the second highest PFF score in the Big Ten and top 10 nationally. Their leading receiver, Wilde, only had 3 catches. Preston Stone looked like a grade schooler out there. We ran the damn ball. We have been preaching that all year. We just said, all right, Emmett, let's see what you can do. 27 carries is insane. Like rarely do you see that anymore in college football. It's mainly committees. We just don't really have the committee. And 29 total touches. Probably our best running back since Abdullah. I think I can fairly confidently say that.
Yeah.
And then our other concern was just like the offensive inefficiency. It's like, okay, if we're running the ball well, are we passing the ball poorly? If we're passing the ball poorly, are we running the ball? We went for 6.4 yards per pass. Not many passing yards, but got it in the clutch and completed very timely passes. And then our run blocking was actually pretty good. I'd also like to give a shout out to Spindler. I mean, the guy had a dislocated finger a few days before and just had a giant club on his hand and was blocking full-grown men out there. Like, that kind of dedication and stuff is fantastic. So those 3 things that I was super concerned about, I think you got to feel at least a little bit better about. I don't think it's completely rectified, but we only gave up 1 sack as opposed to 9 against Minnesota.
Yeah.
We committed to the run. We were a little bit more physical. And then we still have some concerns, and that's why these wins become like stressful wins. But we're figuring it out and we're winning ugly football, and that is fine.
Yeah, and I think there the two things I wanted to highlight too, just because there was like how football giveth and football taketh away. This was a fourth down call that I think everybody remembers was the poor
Oh,
spot that
God.
was just like infuriating. Of like, if, for those who can see it, this was that fourth down on their must have been their game tying. Was it their game tying or was it their first touchdown drive?
Yeah.
First touchdown drive.
I have
I think it was
to look back, but
whichever one it was on one of Northwestern's touchdown drives. It's fourth down. We stop him. He bobbles the ball. He falls behind the line. You can see here there's a red line. He's about a yard and a half behind it. Still doesn't have full possession of the ball. Falls backwards behind the line of scrimmage and is about a yard and a half short. It's one of those things. I think like that type of play they ended up scoring on.
yeah. Oh yeah, this was their 9-play, 78-yard because it was
Was that to
21-6.
go?
It was
Yeah,
21-6 at the time.
and that to me is like, okay, on the one hand, as I look at this game, if it had gone differently, if they call him short, then we do kneel it all the way to the end of the game, I
I
think.
mean, pretty much you're like end of the third
Because
quarter,
that's the end
fourth
of the third
quarter.
quarter. You head into the fourth quarter, you put together
Yeah.
one decent drive, and the ball game's over. So that was a big game changing play. But also, we got it back. Like them not calling pass interference on that last play of the game was unbelievable. Like that was one of the most blatant pass interference I've ever seen.
So
Like,
that
I
was the
mean, you're
best.
watching it live. He's like
Yeah.
mugging
But
him.
it
He's
was the
all over
defensive
him. Like,
hold-in, right? Like because
oh
he
my
just like
god,
held him.
it was just like
Yeah,
he obstructed his route and grabbed his jersey, and
it's
then
fine.
covered him from the ball, and they didn't call. I was
It's
like, all
fine.
right, so like. You kind of look at it from both sides. Where like they screwed up plenty of times. They called what was that penalty they called? Like real fast movement or something, abrupt movement.
Abrupt movement. What the
Abrupt
frick
movement.
is going on out
I
here?
mean, it was like just they're
The
making
entire
things up.
game is abrupt. It's a
It's a
sport
sport.
played
Yeah,
by men. They're making abrupt movements every single second.
abrupt
The,
movements was a mess.
what are
Um,
we doing out here though? Like that's so rarely, if ever, called, and it's just like I'm finding out about these penalties in real time. I'm like, okay, didn't know that was a thing. That's like 3 years in a row I've found out about penalties by watching Nebraska.
yeah, I mean, they're just
Disconcerting
making things
signals.
up. Disconcerting signals. It's a mayhem. But I think we wrap it up with a bow. They won the game.
Yeah,
They're figuring out how to win ugly. Like
yeah,
you look back at the beginning part of the season, I was ambitious and said we'd finish 7-1 going into USC. I think you said 6-2 heading into USC. We're right there. We've won them. We have not won clean. We haven't won pretty. We haven't won, but we're winning. And so you're 6-2 headed to USC. USC's coming to town. The blackout. We got the run the ball hats going. You got your black positive vibes. We got a lot of good black stuff on husguysstore.com, guys. Check it out. husguysstore.com. Make sure you're following us for cool deals and discounts. But make sure you check that out. Let's talk USC.
yeah,
USC in town, 6-2.
yeah. I mean,
There's
that just gets my juices flowing right there. USC. I mean, God, I'm immediately taken back to like going to college game day. That was back in high school for me. And then what's his name? Stanley Havili took like 3 fullback traps, like 80 yards, and then we just got blown out.
yeah. We have
But
never
like
beaten
the hype
USC.
of this game, 2 historic programs, like they're ranked. We've got a shot to break our 0-28 streak against
Oof.
ranked opponents at home under the lights in Memorial, one of the top environments in all of college football. Like, how can you not just get a little tingly feeling, just a little.
And it's also not. This isn't Reggie Bush's USC. This isn't Carson Palmer. This isn't Matt Leinart. It's a very good team, but they're definitely like
They're good.
they're very, very good, but they're beatable. They've lost twice. So there are things that you can see in them that you're like, okay, if we play, this is where like I start doing is like, if that team that showed up for the first drive of the game and the last drive of the game, and also the team that
Right.
showed up when we had the two, if that team just sort of plays and the special teams plays like the whole game, it's there to play against these guys. So let's talk about them. Jaden Mayava, QB.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
God.
We played him last
Yeah.
year, and I thought we did a pretty good job with him.
Yep.
But he's gotten better. He's very, very strong. 2,180 yards passing, 68% completion. Across the country, he's leading in a lot of categories: 10 yards average per pass, 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Only been sacked 5 times, which, Rayola looks at that and is like, I get sacked 5 times per game. So
That's
kind
one
of
half of
boring.
work for me against Minnesota.
Kind of boring. I would say he's, probably like, our pass defense was better a couple of weeks ago than it's been the last few, but you think it's our strength? How do you think we match up against Jaden Mayava?
Not good. It's less Jaden and it's more Makai Lemon. He's got 48 receptions on the year already.
It's a lot.
Which by comparison, Isaiah Hunter is our leading receiver. He's got 33. But even on USC, like he's double the second most catches on the team. What's his name? Jaden Lane, I think. He's got 24. Jacoby, there we go. So he's got 24 catches. Makai Lemon has 48. He averages 6.9 catches per game. And then his just efficiency is off the charts. He averages 108 receiving yards per game. I don't know that we have anybody that can keep up with him. It will be very interesting to see like how we plan around that, because that is going to be a major problem. Problem number 2, I think, is going to be Jaden Mayeva's legs. USC's actually been rushing the ball very well. They did lose 2 of their running backs. I don't think they're going to be active for this game, which is like every time I hear that, I'm just like, he just needs to rest. He needs to rest the rest of the year. It's in his best interest. Yeah, hold him out for sure. But anyway, Jaden Mayeva he ran it on us last year. He can scramble. He's not exactly a designed runner, but he's pretty athletic as well. And that's been like one of our Achilles heels this year. And then, I think problem number 3 is that we just like haven't really had a pass rush to like affect him. We are absolutely going to need to figure out how to bring pressure. We had 0 tackles for loss against Northwestern. Our interior defensive line was still just getting absolutely blown backwards right after Van Poppel's abrupt movement. That was the last time he was moving abruptly all game, it seems like.
So much abrupt.
Well, he was abruptly moving backwards off of the line of scrimmage when they blocked him into oblivion, but it was abrupt movement 10 yards backwards. But the interior of our line was getting kind of manhandled, and that is a very big concern against a USC team that actually can run the ball. The only team that they have not run the ball well on all year has been Notre Dame. Big time concern there.
Said they didn't run the ball well?
USC did not run the ball well against Notre Dame. They ran.
I was going to say Notre Dame ran for 300 against USC.
Yeah, so that's so I guess if we're going to break it down by unit here, our defense versus their offense. So their passing offense is going to get yards. They are one of them. They are Mayeva has the number 2 passing completion average, I guess, or pass yards per completion. He's 10.2 per completion, which is insane. Every time he completes a pass, it's for a first down.
Listen to this. Their top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Their top 7 receivers are all averaging at least 11 yards per catch. 15 yards per catch, 17, 19, 13, 11, 15, and 26 yards per catch for their top 7 receivers. Every one of them catches a first down every time they touch the ball. That's not ideal.
Didn't need to hear that.
Not ideal.
I mean, even against Notre Dame, who is, a solid defense all around, probably a little bit more athletic than our own. Mayeva went 22 of 42, not a great average, or completion percentage, I should say. Not a great completion percentage, but 328 yards and 2 touchdowns on Notre Dame's defense when they just could not run the ball effectively. So I hope that them losing their running backs is going to work in our favor. And I hope that They have one or two linemen that are still struggling to get back on the field. They had a center and a left tackle that have been injured. That's,
Great.
again, make sure they rest. Make sure they are very well rested for next week. I know they're coming off a bye week, but they could probably use another week off. And those two things are a big time concern. So if we are not going to be able to stop the run, we've been able to rely on our pass defense like pretty much all season. I mean, we knew that Northwestern wasn't going to pass like crazy on us. We knew that Minnesota wasn't going to, but they kind of did. We knew that Michigan wasn't going to. We held Bryce Underwood to 105 yards. We knew Michigan State was going to try, but we were playing in the midst of a tornado. We did hold Brendan Sorsby. That was like the one game that gives me a little bit of hope. Like, okay,
Sorsby might win the Heisman.
Sorsby's has 20 touchdowns and 1 interception, I think. So, like, he's good. But that gives me a little bit of hope. I just think that their passing offense is going to get yards. And I do think that they're going to get probably 28 to 31 points. And it really is going to come down to our offense. So what are you feeling about that take?
About our offense against theirs? And I mean, yeah, now I'm looking at their scores. They've had an interesting season. Like they put up 70 against Missouri State. They beat Georgia Southern 59-20. They beat Purdue pretty handily. They beat Michigan State pretty handily, 45-31. Then they lost Illinois, and then everyone's kind of like, well, I don't know, like Illinois, who is at the time top 10 and now kind of stinks. And they beat Michigan 31-13. So I think going into USC Notre Dame game, Notre Dame
that crushed. That really scares
crushed Michigan. It was never close. But then couldn't hang with Notre Dame. So you're kind of like the Illinois and Notre Dame match up with them. The concern there is like they just play the Illinois Notre Dame brand of football, of like the Big Ten football, and USC lives a little bit more in the past the air raid. This will be interesting. I think to your point, like it's a Raiola game to me of like, can he step up to the challenge? Like they're going to score. They've scored 30 almost every game they've played all season. Have they scored 30? Yeah, 30, 70, 50, 30.
At least 24 in every game.
At least 24, but outside the Notre Dame game, they're 31 plus every single game.
Yeah.
So they're going to score. There's no doubt about it. They're going to score. We're going to give a bunch. It's going to be like hair-raising, frustrating on the offensive side. Can Raiola step up and have a career day? Like he hasn't thrown for 300 yards in six games, 5 games? That type of game. He did that the first 4 or 5 games where he's leading the country in passing yards. And now the last 3, it's been like just an absolute grind. USC's defense is not good. They're never good. They don't care that much. Lincoln Riley has just never coached defense, doesn't care for it. So I think it's going to be a shootout. But the question becomes, can Hunter step up? Can Key step up? Like we'll get the ball a bunch. It's not Big Ten football. It's not a grinded out game. It's going to be cold. If you saw the weather forecast, it's going to be like the low 40s.
This is screaming to me, actually. Not the opposite, but I think you just got to keep riding Emmett Johnson.
And Notre Dame had 300 rushing yards against them. Their rushing defense is not good.
Rushing yards, and if you saw the Illinois stats don't really show it, but watching the Illinois game, they ran and ran in the fourth quarter to basically just go Big Ten bully ball like towards the end of that game. I thought Michigan was going to be able to do that on USC. They really did not, and that absolutely should scare you. But the fact is, it's in 2 other games they've had these big letdowns. USC historically under Lincoln Riley, for whatever reason, has not traveled well. So those things give me some hope for sure. USC's defense is 68th, giving up 365 yards per game. They are giving up 228 pass yards per game, which is 80th. They're giving up 136 rush yards per game, which is 57th. And then they're giving up 23-point run points per game overall, which is 56th. The big 2 areas that I think that we need to put a little microscope on. Nebraska is 59th in red zone offense. We are scoring on 86.5% of trips. USC's red zone defense is second at 54.5%. That might be like where things are won overall. I think that you gotta go back to your bell cow. You gotta go back to Emmett Johnson getting 25 to 30 carries. We might see that again in this game. I don't want to see us get behind, because the second we get behind, you know that we're going to start going and playing rail a funny ball where he just makes things up and they're not actual plays from the playbook. But 25 Ks for Emmett Johnson should be a goal in this game, and just go after them on the ground. We know that that's one of their vulnerabilities, and that's the only way to keep their absolutely lethal offense off the field. They're first in passing offense and they're first in yards per game. Like, of course they're going to move the ball in the black shirts. We couldn't stop Northwestern, for God's sake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to move the ball. It's not even, I mean, they had 330 yards against Notre Dame. It's probably one of the best defenses in the country, and he had 330 effortless yards against them. I just think on the flip side, it's a great point. I mean, Jeremiah Love for Notre Dame had 228 yards rushing against them, 24 carries. They just rode him the whole game. They only threw for 130. Didn't need to throw. Just grind it out, score. I think you're going to have to go point for point. I think this is going to be 42-35 type game.
Like, don't you feel like they kind of found a formula this last game? Like,
yes.
It just feels like when you watch it over again, I want to see them say, shoot, like Emmett he's just a dog. He's going to be able to make people miss. He's going to fight for extra yards. You can use him out of the backfield. Like, I think that we just need to ride Emmett as long and as we are able to in this game. Control the clock a little bit. And Raiola just seemed so much more comfortable playing when not all the pressure in the world is upon him. Like, he was just completing passes that he needed to. He wasn't really like, feeling like he needed to force the ball down the field or anything like that. And that's the key to success, is in like keeping him comfortable, to take the pressure off a little bit.
I'm looking at the Michigan box score versus USC. I was like,
it's not good.
Oh my God. They held Justice Haynes to 50 yards. They held Jordan Marshall to 68.
I know. That's what was shocking, is that Notre Dame came out and just popped them. I mean, just crushed them.
Yeah. Bryce Underwood, who I'm still not convinced is that good, like 200 yards passing, 15 and 24. So, and Mayava threw 265. They led. So you're saying, is King Miller out too for USC?
I don't know that,
because he had 158 against Michigan. Oof. Yeah, they can move the ball. I think it's interesting. Is this Lincoln Riley's? Wait, so Lincoln Riley's in his 5th season or 4th season? Because I'm only asking because Brian Kelly just got fired, and they were in the same class of, that was supposed to be like the craziest class of all time of, and Brian Kelly's already gone. Unbelievable. $50 million. See you later. Get out of here. You're not coaching here anymore.
I mean, he's such a likable guy.
I saw some clip of somebody.
Better guy. God, he's
oh shoot! Breaking news: Matt Rule extension.
No way.
Breaking news, hot off the press.
Matt Rule
signed an extension with Nebraska. Very hot off the press.
Wow. We're locked in, baby.
Matt Rule signed a multi-year extension with Nebraska, keeping the third-year head coach of the Cornhuskers in Lincoln beyond 2030. 2030 is in like 1,000 years. When is? Actually, that's only. What is his contract at now?
To see if it had the year on it.
It's 25 right now. What was it before?
28, I think. 27, 28, maybe.
So we got 2 extra years.
Wow. So they're pouncing on it. They're stealing away from
Rule played that thing. Rule played that thing about as well as he possibly could have.
Yeah, he's like, did you just see me beat Northwestern? Do you want some more of that?
Oh God, he just like
want some more of that or what?
But even as he's like, now he's like, oh, Pat Kraft, the athletic director of Penn State, is my best friend in the whole world. Literally best friend in the entire world. Penn State, love him. Favorite school in the whole world. Absolutely love him. Love him. Wow, yeah, wait. Why do you ask? Oh, interesting. They have an opening. Oh, it's interesting. They have an opening. I know they have an opening. What do you want me to sign an extension? Oh, Sounds good.
That is so crazy. Wow. I'm gonna be honest. I I thought that Rule was gonna go. I really did.
I did
Like
until this week. I think they're going to get Brian Hartline, which is kind of crazy.
Heartline,
Uh,
or yeah, for Joe Brady and stuff too. But
yeah, like everybody's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
kind of find the next up and comer.
Wow, that is crazy. All right, Rule. Well, so Rule locks down a payday. Does he go out against USC,
Yeah,
break the streak? Oh, for our last 28 against ranked opponents. And you know what's going to happen is like if we lose, people are
that's
going to
gonna
be
be
like,
it.
"Oh, why did we extend this guy?"
I mean, everybody's learned that buyouts don't matter. Here, I'll flash this on the screen because I actually thought, speaking of kind of taking a macro look um, at college football, year 3 records. I saw Michael Severe, who I like a lot, posted this, but he showed like their 3-year records over time. And Rules looks terrible because it's the exact same as Northwestern's. But if you actually look at year 3 records for college football coaches hired in the 23 coaching cycle, same year as Rule, Brent Key at Georgia Tech's 8-0. That's extremely
Wow.
impressive. I think for
Yes.
year 3 at a program to go 8-0. Satterfield, who we beat, is 7-1. So
Mm.
he's got the second best record. Jeff Brom is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we knew he'd be unbelievable. He was unbelievable at Purdue. They stink now, and the fact that
Not
he's got
unbelievable,
Louisville.
but he was good.
He was at Purdue. He was beating Ohio State. It's unbelievable. Like it was.
That's true. That was pretty
Uh,
sick.
uh, so Brent Key's 8-0. Scott Satterfield at Cincinnati 7-1. Brom is 6-1. Rule 6-2. Following that, Kenny Dillingham, who was in the playoff last year, is 5-3. Braun is 5-3. Dion 3-5. Complete wheels are
Good
so far off the
heavens.
tracks. Complete disaster.
Couldn't
Luke
have happened
Fickle,
to a more likable program.
yeah,
I mean,
just great fans. So you got Dion at 3-5, Fickle at Wisconsin. They've completely quit on him, and there's no chance he survives the season. And Hugh Freeze is 4-4. 3 other coaches.
wow, Hugh Freeze is probably gone too.
Hugh Freeze probably gone. Ryan Walters
Yeah,
at Purdue gone. Zach Arnett
gone
at
already.
Mississippi State gone. So of the class that was hired 3 years ago, he's in that top-ish quartile. Like it's hard watching the games because you're like, this team is still trying to find their way. But when you
Yeah,
compare him to like this set of like what they're doing in their 3rd year, Brent Key, Scott Satterfield, Jeff Brown, Satterfield, who we beat, Dillingham, and then you got Dion, who's going to get, what are they going to do with Dion? That program's done. Fickle's done. Hugh Freeze is going to get fired. Troy Taylor at Stanford done. Ryan Walters at Purdue done. Zach Arnett at Mississippi State done. So like you're going to have like 5 coaches fired in a 3-year span. You just saw Brian Kelly get fired. He's in year 4. Lincoln Riley's, we'll find out. But it's sort of interesting to look at these like in a truer apples to apples like type scenario, how
yeah,
he's doing year 3. And yeah, USC will be the big test. So you got to start winning these at some point.
yeah. And gosh, yeah. I think the final thing that I was going to say is like, not on that topic, but just on the USC topic, so we can close the loop here a little bit. They, I think special teams, like we keep relying on them, but that might be our biggest single unit advantage that we have going into this game. Because looking at their defense too, they have NC State's, so their starting safety Bishop Fitzgerald is 5 interceptions on the year, and USC has 9. Um, Nebraska has 5 interceptions total, so they've got a
Wow.
pretty opportunistic team. The turnover margin is Nebraska is at +3 on the season. USC is at +2 on the season. So that is going to be an absolutely huge battle. So if you end up going even there, you have to go plus on the turnovers. Like that's the only way that underdogs typically end up winning. Like you rarely see us just like go, blow for blow and absolutely, take the game by storm. But like the turnover margin is that easy. You've got to get the edge there one way or another. But then it's that third phase. Like I feel so much better about our special teams that like not just to score, but maybe set Dylan up with a better field position against, us an okay defense. Like USC is very middle of the road defense, but they're opportunistic. And so we can't make mistakes. Play turnover-free football. Get a couple of fumbles or turnovers ourselves. A couple big punt returns, maybe a little K. Willie kick return. I could see it. Kick the ball well and just kind of play Big Ten football. Like Illinois ran the ball for over 35 times against them, 170 plus yards. Notre Dame ran the ball for over 300 yards on them. Like the formula to beat them is out there, and I think we can do it.
I thought, I
So those are
mean,
my
God, we should have beat them last year. If you remember that game,
oh yeah,
we
just
had like the Sierra Wright
so
picks,
frustrating.
you had everything there. Tied at halftime, down 1 in the third, like everything. That whole recipe was there to beat them last year. Same team, a lot of those guys coming back. I just feel like now you're playing at home. Can you step up there? USC favored by 6.5. What do you think of that line?
I mean, I think it's the right line. Like Nebraska just has not proven so far that we can get out of our own way. Like we just, when it's a 2-possession game, it just becomes 1 possession so quickly. Like the amount of times we've just shot ourselves in the foot is still incredibly frustrating. Rayola coming up with just like the worst timed interceptions possible. Like, can you get those out of the way in the first or second drive of the game, maybe? And then we'll figure it out from there. That would be ideal. So I don't know. I think that's probably the correct line. Like, I think it's going to end up being a close game. I think Nebraska benefits from some of USC's injuries, and their inability to run the ball on Notre Dame should be an example of how we can play them. But they are athletic, they are fast, they're going to move the ball, and it will take our best offensive performance of the year for sure to keep up with them.
Over under at 59.5. So they're essentially saying it's going to be, right in that 35-27 type game. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I'd like to think
it feels to me currently and this is I'll start really guzzling on Friday. I'll start the Kool-Aid will start flowing through me, but it feels to me like that line is correct and USC ends up winning by 1 possession. This is just we rely so much on other teams sucking.
Yeah.
Like these 1 possession games against, Maryland, Michigan State, and Northwestern have kind of relied a little bit on them making mistakes. Yeah. And I just don't know that USC will make those same mistakes. And I think they have the athletes that can overcome those mistakes. Preston Stone doesn't throw that interception. Who knows what happens, right?
Yeah, correct.
And so it's things like that just make me feel like, we probably are 1 possession worse. Maybe more like 2. I would lean towards USC covering that if I were putting money on it. But if we run the ball, if we found a little bit of a new formula here with Emma Johnson, 25 carries, I'm telling you.
I think it's let's Big Ten them, instead of playing their game and going for a shootout,
just muck it up. Take the unders.
Take the unders. The blackout. It's at Memorial Stadium. It's 6:30 at night.
Yes,
the blackout stadium. Slow the game down.
Be empty by halftime. They're gonna have 0 left. It's gonna be a big time blackout in more than one way in Memorial Stadium. Everyone's blacked out. The whole student section's blacked out.
God, it'd be freaking fun, man. I mean, this it's they're barely a top 25 team, but it'd be like a field storm worthy. Just you go into, you're 6-2. You go into this game 7-2, coming out of it 7-2 heading into the last 3 games of the year would be unbelievable.
It really would be. What are you taking?
I mean, I've said it since the beginning. This is a loss. And I consistently, to be consistent, I'm drinking Kool-Aid enough to say to show you the absolute ping pong of the season. After the Minnesota game was we're not going to bowling, and now they beat Northwestern and at least got back to okay, this team is actually decent. You're okay, maybe we beat USC. I don't know, but if that second half Minnesota team comes out, it's
no, it just won't. It just won't. We play so much better at home.
I think it's I think we lose because I mean the fact that they spanked Michigan is spooking me a little bit. The fact that they played Notre Dame tight. There's a shot. I just don't think we do. But I do feel good, especially last week. I feel a lot better about like UCLA and Penn State, and then heading into Iowa. But even so, you do
Yeah.
that. You're 8-3 heading to Iowa would be outstanding. You win this game, my God. I mean,
Yeah.
you win this game, you're talking playoff, which is just unbelievable
really
to
are.
even really like they're talking playoff right now. Just as like, oh, like what if here there's 2 lost teams still left in the country, and
And
I think until you win this game, I mean, you're carrying Rule out on your shoulders.
oh yeah,
You're
you're extending him even further. You're just like, did we say
yeah.
2030? We meant 2050.
You're like,
Yeah,
what do you need? What do you
name your
need?
price.
Because
Name your
you're
price.
heading to you're heading to a 3-4 UCLA after that. You're heading to a Penn State that can't do anything right, and you're heading to an Iowa. Like, I mean, you're legitimately talking about 7, 8, 9, 9-2 type heading to Iowa, which I think I was unfortunately gotten very, very good at football somehow
Yeah,
in the last
they
3
have.
weeks.
Yeah, and so that was going to be actually my last point is that on this game in particular, like USC, when you compare our defense to their offense, which is, again, I stand by it. They're going to get their yards. They're going to get their points. Like we just have to bend but not break on a couple of key drives and stuff in order to give our offense the advantage. But our pass defense is still second in the country at 127 pass yards per game. Their pass offense is first in the country. Like that is a very intriguing matchup. Like, are we just playing horrible passing offenses? Or can we actually match up and like out scheme them a little bit? I don't know that we can. I don't know if we have all the dogs that can keep up with guys like Makai Lemon, but that is gonna like if you could design an upset for Nebraska, you'll probably take that like second ranked passing defense, and then you'll take your crappy rushing defense, but put it up against a team that might be out 2 running backs and is on their third string. Like you'll take that like going into this game. And
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
why the line is maybe not even higher, I guess. So they're ripe for an upset. Like, and this is, you would design this. I currently am much more scared of Iowa and what they have the
yes,
ability to do with their O line versus our D line
correct.
and their stupid rushing game and their commitment to Big Ten football, as opposed to USC that is kind of mistake prone. They average 58 penalty yards per game. It's like 84.
It would be
I mean,
extremely fun.
that's where I'm at. Is like I can see it, I can will it, I can hope, I can pray. The matchup is there. We'll see if we come through.
It would be extremely, extremely fun. I have low expectations. I have higher expectations to finish the season. But hey, Husker power, baby.
Should we end it with some over-unders?
Yeah, shout out to the 1,200 who are listening. We appreciate you guys at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. I'm ready for some over-unders. Hit it. But first, make sure everybody follow Husk Guys. Check us out. We got over 150,000 across Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You name it, we're on there. We got highlights, all sorts of fun stuff. Check out the HuskGuysStore.com. Hit me with some over-unders. What do you got?
Well, nothing yet. My phone is currently loading very slowly. But let me give you Rayola 212 passing yards.
Over.
Emmett Johnson. God, of course, right now it's just not working.
I think over on the passing yards because I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think he's going to need 220 plus.
Yeah, I think that's probably correct. All right. Give me Makai Lemon's averaging 108 receiving yards per game. Does he go over his average or under?
Over. Well over.
Not much confident in the black shirts there. Jaden Mayava. All right, it's loaded now. Jaden Mayava his over under is 277.5 pass yards.
Way over.
Really? So he's going to be in 300 land.
Yes, he threw for 330 against Notre Dame. He's going to throw for 330 against us. Yes, although I don't know, we're weird. We stopped Sorsby and we stopped Michigan State's quarterback, and Maryland's like, I don't know. We're pesky enough. We could stop him.
Let me edit this. This is based on underdogs totals. 246.5 pass yards for Rayola instead of 200.
How many?
246.5 over under.
I still think over. I'd like to think he's going to come out and have his like a 300 type game. I just think it's going to be a shootout.
Interesting. What about 1.5 pass touchdowns for Rayola?
Under, because I think Emmett Johnson's going to have all the touchdowns.
Nice. Emmett Johnson, 97.5. Wow. 97.5 rush yards.
Over, right? I don't know. What are you saying for these?
Take the spotlight off of me, please. I think EJ goes over. I think Dylan goes under. 246.
Okay. Yeah, you're big on the rush. I just think it's gonna. They might be both. I don't know. I think we're in a 35-28 game. It's just like we haven't seen this in like. We've been playing Big Ten football the last 4 weeks. We've been like lulled to sleep. We haven't seen like like USC scores fast and they give you the ball back.
Right. All right. Here's a interesting one. Ja'Cory Barney, 36.5 receiving yards.
Under. He hasn't caught a ball in 3 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. And I don't like that trend.
I know, but I'd put $100 on that just to make some money. He hasn't caught the ball in 3 weeks. Like I would love for him to go over it.
But he also, he's got a couple 100+ receiving yard games to his name. But it does look like King Miller they're planning on playing. So 79.5 rush yards for King Miller.
How many?
79.5 rush yards.
I don't know. God, our rush defense kills me.
Rush defense stinks.
Probably over, I guess. It stinks.
I mean, Komolafe or whatever, just from Northwestern, they're like third stringer, just went for 125. So safe bet is probably the over there.
Okay.
Okay. More likely to score, Hunter or Key?
Hunter. Yeah. I think Hunter. I'd like for Key to score.
And then Jacoby Lane to get a touchdown, yes or no?
How many's he got in the season? Probably like 1 million. Let me see. Jacoby Lane has 3 touchdowns this season. No.
Okay.
Mekhi Lemon's got 6. That's basically a touchdown a game. I'd be more concerned about him.
Under. That's the last one. That's Mekhi Lemon. So, again, he's averaging 6.9 receptions per game. His over-under is 7.5 receptions.
Yeah. I'll get that.
Over?
Yeah.
You think he goes 8 catches?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't have a ton of faith in our defense right now. I just think, like, if Preston Stone can move the ball and if, Maryland can move the ball and Michigan State can move the ball, this is a bona fide, legitimate quarterback coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, that should absolutely give you some shudders down your spine a little bit there. My bets are going to be Rayola, I think, goes under again on his passing yards. I think USC is a pretty opportunistic defense with 9 interceptions on the year. I do think Emmett Johnson, his over-under is 135.5 rush plus receiving yards. I'm going to go over on that. I just think, again, he's done that multiple times this season. I think we're going to ride him. I think we found a little bit of a formula to use your bell cow there. The other one that is intriguing for Emmett Johnson, 22.5 longest rush, 22.5 yards.
I think he goes over that. He's had a bunch of those.
That's a good jaunt. I mean, that's a good run, but
that's far. He's had a bunch though, and he's had a bunch that have gone. I think he had a couple against Northwestern that got close to that. He's had a couple against Maryland. I mean, I guess he's not really a home run threat, but I'll bet you he has a 22.5 yard rush.
Okay. And then the other ones that I think I feel like Barney, that is just crazy. Anyway, Dane Key was the last one. 39.5 receiving yards. I feel
Under.
like this is a game that Dane Key needs to basically realize how good he is,
Be great.
and kind of just be the safety valve for Rayola here a little bit. So I like the over on that one too. But this is not betting advice because, as it turns out, I stink at betting. I
Yeah, it's
mean, I am
impossible.
just so bad. All of the logic just gets thrown
Not
out the
optimal.
window. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't know. I feel good.
Final
The
score?
boys, 35-28 USC.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I
4
feel like
touchdowns.
I think we'd be pleased with that.
Yeah.
And then you just regroup and head in. So I'll say 35-28 as a prediction, but I'm also like, yeah, I don't know, two Huskers win like 36-35 or something weird.
Just
You
sneak
know?
one.
Yeah, something
Just sneak
weird.
one out.
Like a safety and a blocked punt or something.
I mean, Illinois seems legitimately bad. So that game is just like right when they lost that, I was like, I mean, maybe that's their version of the Minnesota game where they just like put up a dud, I guess. But that game gave me hope that if we're going to win, it's going to be 31-30. I do think that I'm leaning towards, like, my brain is telling me, Andrew, stop. What are you doing? Just stop. We're not going to win this. Just stop. But my heart's saying yes. No, I think 35-24.
This could be one of those too. Like, we jump out to like we score first, and then it's like,
I mean, just give me that. Just give me a little taste.
Just a little taste. Just the tip.
Yeah, just give me.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening to Husker Nation. With 1,200 you guys joined on a Wednesday night. You typically get a few thousand more that join over the next few days. We appreciate you guys. Go Huskers. Go Big Red. Let's beat USC. Check out the HuskGuyStore.com. Thanks for listening. GBR. We're black and be loud on Saturday.
Yeah, baby.